the ASEAN National Human Rights Institution Consultative Forum. The name without a fall, because this is to anticipating that in the future we would like another country in the ASEAN to join in our organization. And the word forum, which explains our cooperation on its continuous and sustainability cooperation. Another reason maybe we can follow the Asia Pacific Forum. We have Asia Pacific Forum. The organization also choose a forum to the organization Asia Pacific Forum on a National Commission of Human Rights. So I think it's better if we, in the ASEAN Human Rights Institution, also choose forum consultative, the National Human Rights Institution. I think this is my position, my opinion to namely of the organization. Okay, thank you.
On the cooperative relationship among the four national human rights institutions, there were some issues specifically to each and every human rights institution. Actually, only even on the title of the formal declaration of the cooperation among the four human rights institutions, there was a debate on the part of Comnas Ham. They do not like to have a some sort of a MOU because it will have some legal impediments. On the side of Thailand, they would not also want to have a formal declaration because it might also compromise the relationship with the Parliament. So with Malaysia, because both Malaysia as well as Thailand reports directly to Parliament. And so we ended up with just a formal declaration, and in relation to the formal organization, that would really be a discussion actually on how the individual human rights institution would be comfortable with. So I think for the next series of discussion, that would be the main issue. What kind of an organization are we going to put up? So I guess it is clear from the sentiments among the four human rights institutions that there is a consensus of a culmination to come out with a formal organization. The process and what is the nature of this formal organization, that is open to discussion.
It's really very important to see shall we say, the common concerns in ASEAN, because the VAP, the Millennium Action Plan, coincided actually with rather independently arrived at decision to address some of those 5 issues that we talked about. And of course, part of the VAP is the strengthening of national, the cooperation of national institutions. But at the same time, you also had women and children as one common concern. So probably one of the things that will be quite interesting if these two movements, I mean the NIs on one hand and the working group on the other hand, can pull together enough energy to make sure that what ASEAN promised, which we think is supposed to happen soon, and that is the establishment of a commission or 2 commissions separately on women and on children. In other words, what is emerging to my mind is that there are already certain issues that we all have agreed must be addressed at the regional level. The VIP says, VAP says it, we said it, and these were independently arrived at. Maybe some of us have participated somehow in the VAP, and ASEAN as an organization actually also arrived at it. So if probably in these strategic meetings of ours, we can see that there are certain common areas where we can push together. Then we can talk about what is viable and what is realistic. In other words, let me just be very explicit in my example. If ASEAN itself says that, yes, they are committed to set up a commission on children and women, we have identified women and children, particularly on trafficking, as a very important issue. VAP has it. So, can we have a strategy, at least on those areas of common concern? That's the reason why I wanted you to please tell us, what is the future of the VAP, where is it going, and how do you see our own studies on trafficking of women and children pushing in the same direction?
Briefly, Madam Chair, the VAP is only up to 2010, so 2004 to 2010. And the VAP is, we would like to think, the result of our annual workshops co-organized with the Ministries of Foreign Affairs and existing national human rights institutions for the past several years. In the beginning, we did not think that government delegates in those workshops were actually listening to the discussions. But we were surprised when they came out with a Benchan Action Program, which actually used the same language which were discussed, used, and formulated in the workshops of the working group with the Ministries of Foreign Affairs and national human rights institutions. So only then did we realize that they were actually listening to the discussion and they were doing it seriously. And so in that Benchan Action Program, they said that they would like to have stock taking on human rights in the region. They would like to have cooperation of existing national human rights organizations. They would like to set up a Commission on Women and Children and a similar arrangement for migrant workers. So with stock